What is our biggest threat? It's not politics, it's not the economy, not geopolitical issues. It's education, and we need to clear up something that's been floating around. Education did not collapse with the lockdowns. The gift in the lockdowns was that the devastation wrought on education for the last 100 years was finally made painfully obvious to all. People think we need to get back to basics, which in a sense it's true, but the basics themselves have been severely lacking for decades. Whatever else we do, we need to once again read superior books. Children must learn to read and communicate well, which they do not do now. Using Professor Anthony Esselin's phrase, too often, children speak in sublingual grunts. Learning to read, write, and speak well will allow them to learn everything else they desire. Phonics and a good dictionary is all children need to take off with reading on their own. Holistic reading, which is what the emoji reading is called, only sounds like an interesting concept. Let's put that tired, broken down idea out to pasture. Children will never be able to read great books unless they learn phonics. Period. I've had a front row seat to natural and man-made disasters for decades, and I've learned how it relates to education and how we can contribute to restoration. I spent a summer driving around Lebanon 14 years after their civil war had ended. Beirut was still 50% rubble. I drove through Bosnia only 2 years after the 10 years of the Yugoslav wars. I've never seen such widespread horror. I stood in line in Moscow when the Soviet Union was in its last minutes of its reign of terror and waited for 4 hours to buy 1 box of milk, which had run out by the time I reached the front of the line. Repairs must start from the top, but the only way to truly restore after the bombs are dropped is to start right at the bottom, one by one, with people ready and willing to work long and hard. There are over 4 million teachers in America. Almost all of them were educated after much of the destruction. Their education was severely lacking, and I'm one of them, so I'm not pointing fingers, I'm assessing damage. How are we going to train 4 million highly talented teachers? Who exactly will teach them? How many generations will it take to turn this Titanic? In fact, the solution is right at hand, and the solutions to restore education to its potential glory are exactly the same for restoring faith and family. In a sentence, we've lost our words and we need to find them.